Well, first of all, I'm going to eat so I can eat before it gets too late. That's step number one. Gonna give me something to drink as well. I got my food right here, ready to go. Pour me something to drink. After I finish eating, we're gonna do some like co-working stuff. In the meantime, I'll talk to you about my trip that I just went on. The first retreat that I was able to present my framework, my system that I've created for nervous system regulation, for the reduction of stress and enhancing our focus. And then I also did a somatic movement flow that I've created. Of course, nothing new in the sun. So I've just pulled from other areas, other modalities of movement, and just created in my own flow, the different cycles to rotate through. So we'll see how today goes. Maybe if I eat my food and I'm feeling good, maybe I'll go through that on this live. If not, I'm sure I'll do it on the next one. Either way, there's something flying around here. Either way, I'm going to do a video on it anyway. I shot it before I left on my camcorder, which is like an SD little camcorder. I'm going to try that out for a couple pieces of content. We're going to see how that goes and how it looks and all in the audio. When I look back at that, first of all, it's in a different format, and I didn't have a computer. I do have one, and we're going to see how that works as far as editing videos on. We're going to see if I can do it on that one. But yeah, I just did some of the movements from my cards in that video. So I'll do another video of just this somatic flow that I've created. But anyway, that's what's going to go on today. For now, I'm going to eat. We got some zucchini boats right here. I'm going to eat. Let me get my drink before I go sit down. And today we're going to drink. I already had my one of those like poppy prebiotic type drinks. I like those. I haven't looked into that brand to see if it's like a really good brand. So this is not sponsored or anything by them, but I do like especially the strawberry lemonade one. But I do have some antioxidants. And I'm just gonna pour up a little drink. I need a whole lot of this. And this one has pomegranate, tart cherry, red grape, purple carrot, cranberry, and blueberry. So that's what we're drinking on today. After that, I'll get some water, but that's what's happening. So yeah, we're gonna sit, hang out, talk a little bit while I eat, and then I got some things I want to work on. But yeah, I'll see y'all in a second. Let me get this set up over here. Because I was already working on a few things, and yeah, we're doing this live like I do every Wednesday. So I had to pause what I was doing and one, of course, eat, and then just get ready for this live. So see, we got the Sasquatch, Bigfoot. They're the same thing, right? Just different names. But yeah, so we're gonna eat. Dinner time out here. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for joining me. Like I said, I got some zucchini boats. And I got my juice. Let me try this juice out. Okay. I got outside today, which was really nice. It's actually like mild. It's not that hot. And the wind was blowing. And it reminded me, hi, little DJ. Or I don't know what this is. They don't say little DJ. Well, yeah. Hi. But yeah, I got outside and the wind was blowing and it brought back memories. And I was trying to pinpoint when was that time that I had those memories. I didn't have a specific place, but just the feeling it brought up from feeling the wind and feeling like that calmness and cool air. And so I've been trying to like pinpoint different times because it wasn't just one time. It's just like a memory of enjoyment, of being calm, of just beautiful weather. So I've been trying to pull that up. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, FBR bro. And Marina. Is that Marina? Hello. I'm good. How y'all doing? I'm actually doing very good. Hey, hot dollar hobo, what's up? Thank you. It's just some zucchini boats, and I cooked some broccoli, but then I had to put it all in a container together, and so some of that broccoli kind of fell out. But hey, I'll just get some in now. But yeah, I just got back from this retreat that I went to, and it was a very good time. It was a very good time. It was a women's retreat, and there was a lot of healing, a lot of laughter, just all kinds of things. But yeah, it was a good time. We'll eat some. It's good. Very good. Um, what else? Yeah, just with the retreat, I did the movement flow. Like I said, I'll do a video on that coming up here, probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks, to show you the full flow. Because after I eat this, I don't know if I'm really going to want to do that to show you. But there's like 3 circuits to it, basically. And you're like releasing the tension in your body. And then like restoring certain parts of your body, like the fascia. Some of you may have heard of that recently. Okay, Chlor, you must know firsthand then, huh? Don't you got some fries? And then the last part is to rise, so empowering yourself, rejuvenating yourself, gaining your energy back. And so, yeah, so we'll go over that in one of my long form videos. But I did that while I was at the retreat, and one day we actually did it in the pool, so that was different, and that was like a good experience to practice as well, because some people, it's taking that weight off of their body, and having that water, which is actually like a slight resistance, but it also helps take the weight off of your joints and things. So it was good. It was good. You went to your 20-year high school reunion. Hey, nice. How was that? How was that? I know some people don't go to theirs. I went to mine. Was it last year? I think it was like April of last year, maybe? If it wasn't last year, it was the year before. I can't remember. So much has happened. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think it was last year. I went to my 20-year high school reunion. It was cool. We didn't have a whole lot of people there, but it was cool. It's interesting to see like everybody again after that time. But I enjoyed myself. But yes, as far as retreat, definitely you gotta experience one. Yeah, I mean, they're all gonna be different, but finding one that aligns with whatever it is that you're looking for, because there's gonna be some that's more active, and then there's some that's more like you can do a silent retreat type of a thing, and all of that, meditation type retreats, like all the different kind of things. So, but I mean, I think that it's important to have those times, even if it's not necessarily a retreat, to where you go around a bunch of people and do that whole thing. Something for yourself, to where you go and retreat at least once a year, to like just pour back into yourself and not have all the noise and all the things. It was amazing. Awesome. That's good. Nice. I'm glad you had a good time. That's cool. That's cool. And it's interesting how like reconnecting with people from the past too. Clara, what are you talking about? Do you have something you want to tell us from your own experience or something? You need to lay off the fries? I'm not sure. But yeah, it's interesting to go back and like, or to see people again that you've known in the past. And it's pretty cool to kind of see where they're at now and all the different things that everybody's doing. And it's funny because it's like when I was there, I'm like, yeah, I don't have no kids. Everybody else has like kids and all these things and whatnot and careers. And I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, I just wrote a book, but I've been working on what I say. I don't really want to say pitch, but my response to questions such as like, what are you doing now? Or what, basically what's your occupation, or things like that, because what I do is different. Val Mama. I agree. I understand. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, what? Oh, I can't take it back, can I? I meant to show your comment, but Val Mama, Mamor. I don't know how you say it, but no, I agree. It's because we sexualize things, and also we are in a patriarchy. So, yeah, I wish I could show that comment so y'all know what we're talking about, um, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I don't know. Some people want to show them, and some people don't. Yeah. Thanks. High dollar hobo, appreciate it. I'm gonna eat, but yeah, it's just those conversations that you have, because, again, and I talk about this in my content a lot about like what we're supposed to do in the American dream and all that stuff. And I mean, I've been living life differently for so long to where, like, at this point I already know how it is. Like, some people, even if they don't say it, you already know that they're like, wish that they would have done life differently. And they thought that this was all that there was, and they were supposed to do it in this way and all these things. And then they get older, and then they're like, man, I wish I would have done it differently. And I mean, I'm not one to say live life with regrets or anything. I think now, at this point, now that you know, how can I live life? How can I live a more fulfilling life? But it's interesting to talk to people, and again, they're still doing the things that you're supposed to do in the American dream. But as we know right now, everything going on in the world, that it's hard to want to continue to do that. It's expensive to continue to do that. A lot of things crumbling and crashing, and you don't know what's going to be next and all this. So those who are not questioning, they're finding life to be more difficult. I mean, everybody finds it to be difficult, but I feel like if you question, you can at least start to learn and empower yourself and all these things. And also know that a lot of it's out of your control. But those who will continue to push for the old system that we're out of now, the old dream and things like that, they will be very disappointed. How bad is it actually in America? Where are you from? Where are you from, KB? But I'll tell you. I'm just going to eat some of this first. The UK. Nice. Did you watch any of the World Cup? Ireland. Hey, here we go. Got people from all over the world. Well, the thing is, it's really, life is interesting. First of all, because we can all be living different lives and still be in the same area. Things are more expensive. Inflation, unemployment, a lot of people without jobs, a lot of people having to move back in with their parents or family members, losing cars, so public transportation, infrastructure's falling apart, data centers are insane. I just found out that it's an insane amount of data centers that are already here, that are sucking up the water. Like, I knew it, but I didn't know to the extent that it is right now. It's like pushed very fast, and we are already seeing the effects of it. And then it's like, why? Why do we need all of them? What's happening so fast? Police state, flock cameras. A lot of this stuff happens, and then we don't see the effects of it until months later or years later. So a lot's happening right now. A lot of things being signed and everything. 4,000 data centers already. 4,000 data centers already. And they're still constructing more. For what? These are huge data centers. For what data? They're tracking all of our biometrics. They're tracking us everywhere. Facial recognition, AI, all the things. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I use some AI. I don't. I think that we can, or should have been able to coexist, but there's some people that want, of course, always want to control and want to protect themselves and whatever else. There's a whole lot to it all. Yeah, and I pay taxes. Yeah, we pay taxes for this stuff. We pay taxes to be surveilled. I mean, I'm not gonna go there, but I don't support this stuff that I don't agree to. Hey, what's up, Jessica? 9,000 by the end of the year. 9,000 data centers by the end of the year. That's insane. That's insane. So then we, again, as a seeker, if you're new to my channel, seekers, people who question things, we constantly want to learn and grow. We don't have a fixed mindset. We have a growth one, but we're not afraid of asking the questions either. Even if we feel it come up, the fear come up, we still pursue and ask the questions and learn and grow. Of course, they're watching. They're always watching. KB, I was actually thinking about this today because on the retreat, I had conversations with other biracial women. And it was a very impactful moment. By moment, it ended up being hours long. We looked up and it was dark outside and we're like, wait a second, we missed dinner. But it that's our history of this country. It is what it is. Like, it is. Now, a lot of us do still coexist. We love each other. You know, mixed races of all kind of people. You know, you got people of all different colors that I don't trust. But yes, racism is alive and doing their thing. And those that are in power, a good majority of them, have an agenda. And it's so stupid because it's like, this is just skin. Like, it's so stupid. And that's why I feel like people who are racist and they're not there. They're not intelligent. Because if that's all you see, then you're stupid. You're stupid. Like, literally, you're not intelligent. You're not intelligent at all. But also you have to think about the generations, because we were talking about this too, that like our parents were the first ones that experienced the integration of the school systems. Okay, they were the first ones who went to school with the opposite race. I mean, then there were also the indigenous people, the Native Americans, who were placed into certain schools as well. So I mean, and then like I said, that was that generation, just a generation off of me. Like, this is not old news. So you got people who still have that conditioning, that mindset. And then we had a few conversations and it's like, even though you don't want to be racist and you believe that you're not racist, you were still conditioned for some people. We've grown up, heard people around us, we had a perception, but there was like a image of a black woman and an image of a white woman. And the lady was like, why is it that she looks like aggressive and angry, but she looks like light and nice? And I'm like, you know, I was like, why is it that you think that she looks like that? She's just a strong woman. But why is it that strong women are always portrayed as these like angry, just, you know, you got on a bus and there was a guy who was smoking. You felt like you wanted. Albert, well, if this is true, good job in resisting. Okay, pat yourself on the back. That's spiritual. Yeah, the thing is, I mean, what you have in your environment will affect you. Out of sight, out of mind is a true thing. So as long as you keep things out of sight, it helps you with those cravings. Of course, racism is being pushed. They want division. They want division because if we're together, then we're powerful. But this is also why I put out the content that I do, because I want to empower. I am empowering and equipping those who are ready for it. Exactly, who actually cares about race? Yes, divide and conquer. Yep, it's true. It's true. Hey, what's up, Panos, George? Panos, what are you talking about? Okay. But yes, for sure, divide and conquer. And then we have an intelligent, like people who are not there mentally, like Panos is, who move around in this world with us and will follow along with what they're told instead of experiencing it for themselves, instead of asking other questions, instead of being the change, okay? Because we can change things. And when you understand a lot of this, you can be empowered. When you're empowered, you hold your power. We're not giving it away anymore. Like people, like Panos, who tries to bait people, rage bait people, and things like that. They try and take your power, that you don't have to give it to them. But collectively, Jason, collectively, if we come together, that's what they don't want. Because then that power gets bigger. And it changes things. It is a crazy world. Have I had an out-of-body experience or near death? Yes. Yeah. Now, the out-of-body experience, I'm trying to think, other than like my body being like really relaxed and like seeing visuals or something, I don't know about, like I've never had like what's it called? Starts with an L. Why can't I think about it? When you're going to sleep and you can kind of like move around, have an outer body experience. I've never had one of those. But near death experience, yeah. Lucid, that's it. Lucid dreaming. Yeah. Yeah, so I've heard about it. I've know people who have done that, but I've never experienced that. Dreams are pretty crazy and trippy. Burke, why does it matter to you? Like, y'all are insane. Jason Burke, again, these men, and Hobo, High Dollar, Hobo, appreciate you, KB, I don't know if you're a man or not. You got people like this. Like, why does it matter? What is it? Again, y'all are down here thinking about these low-level things. We're in a whole different world now. Y'all gonna fall off. Y'all gonna fall off. Staying. See, this is what I'm talking about. No, there's no coke in this necklace. This is actually a nasal inhaler for nervous system regulation to reduce stress. Or if you put a different scent in it, you can enhance your focus. Again, we're cultivating our power. We're cultivating our energy. We're cultivating our focus, because they try and take this from us. They try and tell you other things and show you other things. Deplete your energy. Block the flows that are happening in your body. And when they do that, now they don't have to worry about you. You're irrelevant. Your mind's not clear. You think low-level thoughts. Well, Burke, if that's a simple question, I need you to ask better questions. The archons, I literally just had this conversation yesterday. I learned about the archons last month. I may have heard it in passing before, but it really stuck out last month to me, and I looked into it a bit more. Yes, I believe so. And I also believe that the information, which there's a transition time, and they knew that with the information being accessible to everybody, they're going to have to regulate. And they tried regulating these different areas, and now they're about to really regulate. So this is the time to do what we need to do, because they're about to really lock down. And those who retain the information, those who store the information, those who practice the information will be ready. Those who ask these low-level questions, you will not be ready. Yeah, thank you. This is my product, KB. I just created my first like physical product. I have some books out there, but this is my first physical product because I create tools and resources, again, to empower and equip you, okay, to make it through this next transition, through this shift that's happening as well. Because again, like we can talk real deep. We can go down conspiracy theories and all these things. You know, I'm there with you. Like I see it, which is why I do what I do, because I was down those holes in 2012. Okay, and then you go through anger, you go through grief, you go through sadness, you go through helplessness, you go through all these things on top of living life, regular life. And I had to do a lot of inner work to be here with you right now and do this. But then I created my product because, again, to help. This helped me, so I know it can help others. Okay, so stick around. Definitely subscribe to my channel because I talk about all of this all the time, and I go live every Wednesday so we can have these conversations. But this is I've been, in the way I'm approaching my product and my business right now is more 3D level, you know, like I said, stress reduction and focus. Okay, but this goes deep as we're talking right now. This goes deep because you cannot be strong, you cannot help and assist your community if you're not empowered. If you're burned out, okay? If you don't even have energy, you can't hold the energy. So we need to help each other. So this is one way that I'm able to do it. Another way is to make the content that I do. And it's progressing. I'm about to go, I believe it's time to go a little deeper, dig a little deeper into what I believe a big thing that's coming up right now for me is remembering. It has before, it's been in my notes and all this stuff, but I wait for the time when I feel the need to talk more about it. And remembering, it's in our DNA. Appreciate it, KB. No, I don't do coke, Burke. I'm sorry, never have, don't want to, I have no desire. I'm good on that. Hey, appreciate it, Jessica. And thank you for everything, all the support and everything. You buy what? Prazer, see y'all. I'm glad some of y'all who are in here can see these comments, because it's like, we're talking about survival of humanity. And you got people worried about race, sexuality, and floss, and coke. And this is why I understand, like, when you start questioning things and when you have these conversations, it's hard when you're the only one, when you're around people who talk about these other things. Now, ignorance is bliss, as they say, for them. And sometimes, again, just their intellect, like their ability is not there. They just don't have that ability, or they're not working on it, because you can practice to strengthen that, but they don't want to. They're comfortable in their life. They don't know anything else, whatever the reason is for them. But my thing is, for you, keep going. Keep going. Stay strong out there. Especially, you know, while we have this chance together. One, I appreciate you being here with me. But the other thing is to keep going. To keep going. Like, this is so much deeper. I mean, I still say, what a time to be alive. I know it's crazy. It's hectic. It's like, who knows what. But what a time to be alive. It's pretty amazing. Appreciate you, love over hate. Boom, your username. Do I believe in the, what are you talking about? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Can I do planks? Yes, I can do planks. I actually like planks. Holding that core in. I'm supposed to be eating, but I'm over here talking with y'all. I should have known. This is just what happens. Where am I from? East Coast of the United States. United States of America. Where are you from? The plank? Is that what you're talking about, Prazer? Prazer? Do you believe? I don't understand what you're saying. Do I believe in the length? Do you understand physics? I mean, because we could talk about quantum physics if you want. The double slit theory. Yeah, who knows? Praiser is probably on something right now. Or medication. I'm not saying you got to be on nothing crazy. It could just be the medications that you take. And then when you take some that don't interact very well, stuff happens to you. Yes, I love to be out in nature. I mean, I like to go dance, sometimes have a night out, but I'm also more of an introvert and I like to be in nature. So I got trees surrounding me, and like I said, I went outside earlier today. I go out there and talk and just be with them. A plank. I don't know what you're talking about, Praiser. You're a scientist from spaceship in East Africa sky. Hey, let's go, bruh. I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to be like you. That's what I'm talking about. Now we talking. Now we talking. I will have what you may call a spaceship or some sort of thing like that. Let's talk about quantum mechanics. Thank you. We can talk about it. What do you want to talk about? Introverted in solitude, yeah. But that's the thing too, though. Is at a certain point, it's not for everybody. We got different skills and seasons in life and all. But at a certain point, though, because I know a lot of people who are more spiritual and they've been doing this and they want to get away, especially initially too, and to protect your energy, you want to get away from society and the minds of some of these people, because that can be a lot. So you got to get away. But I also don't believe you need to run far away and detach from society like that. Now, build your ecosystem and all for sure, but and your mission may be different. But there's still those of us that are like us who live in cities, who cannot go out to those places, and who need connection and things like that. So we can't leave others out. And detaching to a certain point, it's like you're still human. You're still human. We're here. Ether, the primordial waters, as I like to call it. Some may call it something different, but the primordial waters, the in-between, the nothingness. Do you know earthquake predictor all the time? Rational new scientists who discover disasters. Interesting. An earthquake predictor. I know. I think it's interesting that, like, with science and things like this, like, we only know what we know right now, but there's stuff we don't know. And people who are on the cutting edge of things, who are ahead of their time, they're looked at as crazy. They're discounted and all these things. And sometimes they're not recognized until after they're gone. But they can know some things that just hasn't been published in scientific papers. It's just not, the people haven't backed it and this and that. But it's still truth to it. Quantum entanglement. What you got to say about it? What do you want to talk about? Quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement. Appreciated. Rancid. What a name. What are you talking about? Are you talking about my spectacles? Okay, my eyeglasses, my lenses in which I see the world, because if I didn't have them on, I can't see. Exactly, Jessica, I know. On neutrinos? I have no idea what that is. What is it? Usually I have like my iPad or something to look up what this is, but I do have this laptop. I'm gonna attempt to edit on. I will see by tomorrow if I can. Neutrinos. Are you just making up words? Okay, did I not put it in there right? No? Yeah. Neutrino. Tiny electrical neutral elementary particles that have a tiny mass. 3 different types. Electron, muon, and tau. Yeah, now we're getting like real nano like lower than nanoparticles. Earthquake has been predicted by Somalian scientists. The earthquake is going to happen. You know that they destroyed a lot of Mesoamerican books in the old calendars, and they had prophecies in them, and they also tracked the cycles of the planets in our universe, and they were on it by like so close, like a smidgen off, like a very, very little millisecond off, basically. But they destroyed them. I think it was like a bishop or something that had them burn them. And that is what happens when people don't like what you're doing, or when you start to give people information that will empower them, or they just don't like what you believe in. It's kind of crazy. Again, it's like next year publish his book called The Gap of Universe. Nice. Cool. Wow. That's interesting. I'd like to read that. Hey, appreciate it. YouTube moderation. Yes, all love. All love. We come back to love. That's why it's insane, because it's like some of y'all want to repeat this. Some of y'all be like, I don't want to live here. I don't want to come back. Blah, blah, blah. I'm ready to go. And it's like, well, you're going to be repeating this depending on what you believe in, but because y'all have not learned. You want to mine gold. Yes, resources are very important. I mean, gold's not the only one, but yeah, I mean, if we don't have paper money, then we need something else as currency. So I think that is big to start looking into. But it's a lot going on in the world right now. Over in Africa, different talks and stuff that they're having, like there's some stuff going on. So it's gonna be interesting to see how everything plays out. But even again, in these cycles, I mean, it's prophesized / the cycles repeat themselves, and so we're living in a time that like there's significant change on all levels everywhere. And we're in a new system now. What if love were currency? Woo! Some people will be in the red for sure. And some people wouldn't even know how to hold it, just like money. Because how can you receive love if you don't even really know what that feels like? It's something to also practice, giving it and being able to receive. Hey, appreciate it, DH. What's happening? I'm gonna pick your brains. Appreciate it, love and hate. Especially love your name. Yeah, stay grounded, of course, because I be getting out there. Oh, which reminds me, I need to plug this in. I said I've been traveling. I did my first presentation of my somatic flow and the reset system that I've created, which this is a product inside of my kit for nervous system regulation, which will help you reduce stress and enhance your focus. Okay, but I just got back from that retreat, and I use a grounding mat, especially when I can't get outside. But this grounding mat helps me, and so it just has this right there. It's just a thin mat, and then you just plug the other end into the bottom prong on a 3-prong plug, the bottom hole. So I usually just put it right here at the table where I sit at, and this is where I sit at in the morning to do meditation, breath work, when I'm working, whatever it is, when I'm collaging, like whatever it is, whenever I sit here, I'll just plug it up and just have my feet on there. So that is to regulate as well, to help me ground. gases which people can calculate uniform code of our universe. Simply equation formula works, which is called Mistral-Mesian equation. Interesting. Emission theory. That's the thing. If this Earth start shooting off, ain't nothing we can do about it. Like at a certain point, no matter what you do, we all gonna feel the effects of it. Yes, yes, yes. See, Thomas Walter is not all there. We got a special one in here, y'all. Thomas Walter has nothing else to do with his life but give me his energy. I thank you for the views, Thomas Walter. Thank you for supporting a woman of color and a lesbian. You are doing your service today. Thank you for giving me your energy. I hope that you get back whatever you put out in this world. What is my profession? To empower and equip you for this new world that we are in. Because our nervous system has been overloaded. And this is what I was going to say earlier. It's not just about stress from the world or stress from responsibilities. There's also toxins built up in your body. There's what we use, the scents that we use, the cleaning products we use, the clothes that we wear, the air, the water. Okay, these things have molecules and all chemicals, all these on the stuff, and it goes inside of our body, even through our skin, because our skin is an organ and it absorbs. Okay, and a buildup of that stuff can create stress in the body. So even if you don't think you have stress on the outside world, there could be some blockages inside of your body, which will create inflammation. It tells your brain that there's an emergency happening because something's not right. So again, this goes deeper than just the basic level of things. Yes, appreciate it. Love or hate. Thank you for 87. Are you 87? Born in 87? And we're the same age or around the same age. Nice. Waz, you got all the information. Rancid, how you gonna tell me? Thank you, Jessica. Yeah, you already know how it is. You already know how it is. Yeah. It's all central sensitization and hypersensitivity. Yeah. And again, we've never experienced this before. And so we have built up trauma from all kinds of things. I'm not just talking about, again, external events. I'm talking about psychological events that we've watched happen in our world, that the information of what could happen, the stress of regular life, and then you add on the foods, the air quality, all the things, it just builds up over time. And if we don't take the time to discharge that, if we don't take the time to clean that, detoxify that, then it's going to build up. And then you're going to create symptoms and dis-ease in your body on different levels, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. It's all connected. So when one is affected, it's going to affect the others. But we don't have the time. We feel like we don't have the time. We don't take the time. November. Hey, I'm August. Next month is my birthday. Virgo. You believe in humans in every aspect. Maybe being naive. So I think whatever comes, people will adapt. Yeah. Of course, if someone like you try to help, it's just good things. Yes. Appreciate you, DH. What's happening? Exactly. What's going to happen is going to happen. Is what we do. I talked about earlier in the live, like, I started going down all the conspiracies around 2012, like 2011, 2012 time. And that's when I started seeking, asking questions, questioning my beliefs, questioning my identity, questioning the world, because y'all, they're supposed to be protecting us and keeping us safe, and we pay them to do these things, but they don't want me alive. They don't want me healthy. Why would I trust them? Why would I listen to them? They're programming us. They're conditioning us. They're poisoning us. Like, this is known, especially now in 2026. Like, if you don't know this stuff, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Hopefully you're helping people. Hopefully you're spreading love. Please. That's the least we can do right now. don't move in fear. That's what they want you to do. Um, close enough. Yeah. But yeah, so I went through a lot of that. And then you go through those stages of grief from what you thought was real, who you thought you were, and then also this world that you thought it was. So there's anger that comes up, and then there's frustration because, like, what can we do? What can I do? You know, whatever the thing is. So all the things, you got to work through all of that. Then it's an inner journey. I believe it's an inner journey because when you do that, now you can be empowered to go out and make the change, be the change. But you do have to pour into yourself. I mean, to clean that system, the energy, all the things. And it's a journey. It's a constant journey. I mean, it's life. Life is a journey. And then I was into personal development because I want to be the best version of myself. I have a growth mindset. I can't just stay fixed. I cannot. It's not in me. So I went seeking as a seeker. Continue to learn. Okay? And if you didn't know, I mean, this is my most recent book, The Way of the Seeker. Okay? This is my most recent book, The Way of the Seeker. So I'm not just talking about this. Like, this is what I do. All right? And as you continue to seek, you find things. Seek and you shall find. All right? Knock and the door will be open. But your eyes cannot be closed again, is the thing. So be prepared for when things are revealed, when awareness shines a light on things, you can't go back. And that changes it. That changes the way you move in the world, the way you see the world. It can make people go into a psychosis, especially if it's induced by substances, or if you already have a history of mental illness and things like that. So you definitely need the community of people. So it's not just all in your head, okay? But at the end of the day, where I'm at right now, it comes back to here. It comes to here. I mean, it's so much to it. Look, subscribe to my channel because I talk about it all the time. Like I said, I'm about to get into remembering because it's in our DNA. But it comes to here, to love. We move with love. No matter what happens, choose that. And it's hard, and you got to practice it. Because some situations, like some of these people, you know, they can take your energy and they will deplete you. No matter how much good you want to do, you can't pour it out because you don't have it in. So that's why you got to go on the self-discovery journey. Animal behavior is part of Mistrokazi. Make formula equation works using. I'm taking a picture of that so I can look it up later. You're older but close. You know who you are? Yes. That's awesome. But I still want to be a better person. Yeah. We can always grow. We can always be better. There's something to be learned. Chris, why am I the crazy lady? See, what did I tell y'all a little while ago? They're going to call you crazy because you're ahead of what they can comprehend. Until one day, they're like, oh, they can't turn back because their eyes were open. But, yeah, look, I've been different all of my life. If you want to call me the crazy lady, okay. Everything fluctuating, but we're posed. Exactly. Grounded, regulated. We're not swayed. Like they want to manipulate you. They want to influence you. They want to get you to do things. And if I can get you to be afraid, if I can get you angry, I can make you do things. That's them having power over you. And they need a reaction. Exactly. Yeah. They need a reaction. That wind's picking up out there. Yeah. They need the reaction. It doesn't need a reaction. This is true. It doesn't. All change is bad, but sometimes it has to be done. All change is bad? You think so? Change is inevitable. Chaos. Entropy. The breakdown before it can come back together. Mystery of Our Universe will win the Nobel Peace Prize for the flowering years. Interesting. To win a Nobel Peace Prize. Now that's a goal. Now that's a goal. I would like to make an impact. I've talked about this before. I don't call myself an influencer. Like, never pursued that. An impactor, yes. I always say shine on, because people want you to dim your light, shrink you, make you small, and make you go inside your head and make you question things. I'm at war with fear, doubt, and shame. I'm at war with these things. So there can be no swaying and giving to others, because you need to equip yourself for this type of a thing, this battle. We have the code of our universe. Interesting. Okay. It's lush, or was it lush? You're talking about energy, when they harvest energy. Hey, what's up, AG? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Change is good, but sometimes a hard process. It is. It is uncomfortable. It can be, growth is painful. It is. It is. That's why you got to be courageous. You got to do it anyway. You face the fear. You do the hard thing. There's always going to be a hard thing. You got to choose your hard, as they say. But that's also why nervous system regulation is important. Because if you're not right within, okay, how you going to win? A wise woman once said that. How you going to win if you're not right within? So you need to have this, your field, your mind, your body, your soul. You need to be working on that. It's a constant journey. Okay, you're never going to be at a destination. But working on that so that we can withstand whatever comes. It's a hard process, almost the impossible, but believe in yourself, it is. But that's the thing. Well, they break it down. Impossible. I'm possible. Our language is really interesting. The way that they teach it to us. Our definitions of a lot of the words now. It's really interesting. I study a lot of things wise. I'm a lifelong learner. Like I said, right now it's mainly focused on the nervous system, the endocrine system. Of course, just the mind in general, the faculties of the mind. And there's so many aspects to it, like the Taurus field and stuff like that. I like to connect dots on different fields of study. So psychology and also quantum physics and biomechanics. So a collection of a lot of that, really. But yeah, I'm possible. I'm possible. The impossible. They talk about how the 4-minute mile was impossible until somebody broke it. When they broke it, multiple people right after them started to break it. You always think it's impossible until it happens, and then it shows others what's possible. I still have not plugged this in, and I still have not eaten all my food. It's gotten cold. I've been here for almost an hour. But this is what happens. I'm like, probably because I don't really talk in general. I'm just out here. So this is my time to talk to y'all. But I get on here and start talking to y'all. But I do appreciate y'all talking with me. Because if y'all weren't talking to me, I'd just be talking to myself, I guess. Usually, I'll be like looking up stuff and studying. I have this huge sketchbook. If you're new here, you can hit my live tab and watch some of my other lives, but they're usually about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours long. But I have this huge sketchbook, and this is where I write down a lot of my notes. And I sketch out things. So I kind of just go deep diving into a lot of this information. Oh, that's an upside down body right there. But yeah, this is what I do. All words are really spell casting. And I believe the intention behind it as well. If you want to say spell casting, or we can just say manifesting. We are creators. We co-create in this world. And we can use our words. We can use scripting, which is writing things down. Words, letters, to create meaning. To either store information, to keep information, or to create something new, a new story. Where am I from? I'm on the East Coast of the United States, the USA. I'm on the East Coast. Where are you from? But yeah, I mean, if you want to say it that way, words are spell casting. So, which is why we need to have awareness of it. But of course, we live in life and we just, you know, a lot of things are automatic. Which is why, again, regulate your nervous system, because the subconscious mind, what's inside of your subconscious mind, you cannot tap into that until you're still, until you're ready to receive the new. This is how we can reprogram our mind, because we have an old story that's playing. So no matter what we say and we try with all these good intentions, that old story, until you bring awareness to it, shine light on it, and then go to rewrite the story, then it's going to keep playing in the background. And that's why we continue to do old habits and behaviors. We get stuck in these loops. Flowering hours. Remember that earthquake will happen again and again. Japan, Indonesia, and USA. Special California, Alaska, North America. This is reality. 24 hours. In the next 24 hours, what you saying? It'll last for that long? Flowering hours. I don't know what that means, but I like it. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So we're talking about the West Coast, and then Japan, Indonesia. I mean, it's been happening. Again, we're destroying the earth, and really it's only a matter of time for something to go down. Southwest UK, let's go. I want to hear your accent. What do y'all say? Bruv? Is that what y'all say? Bruv. You talking east as in north, mids? Virginia. Originally from Virginia, born and raised. But I travel between like Baltimore and around Virginia. I mean, lived in Texas and Oklahoma. But I've traveled in an RV and a van. I built out a van and traveled, solo traveling. So I've stayed in different states. No sultant. What is it to you? Are you trying to date or something? Why do you care? I will ask you tomorrow. You have to remember. All right. Was. Hold on. I'm going to screenshot that. I'm going to look this up. And I will remember. Kareem. I hope that you use your time as a human being to love others and to grow yourself and to probably detach from the internet and work on yourself. You as well, Nasultant. I don't know how you say your name. Why does it matter to you? What is, I don't understand. What a question to jump in to my chat and start talking about. We're over here talking about the world, natural disasters, conspiracy theories, quantum physics. What am I talking about? Quantum mechanics and all these other things. And you are so worried about my sexuality and what I identify as, which is weird, because why does it matter to you? Why does it matter? So this is like the Matrix movie. This is the seventh time. Seventh time. Why do you say seventh? I'm curious. I do believe in the resets, the restarts. Kareem, do something with your life. I mean, I appreciate the views. You and Nosultant or whatever. Do you have something you want to tell us, Nosultant? Like, is that how you are? Hey, what's up, Nick? I've been trying to eat my dinner, but I've been talking, so it's kind of cold right now. What's up, Raptor? Sound like a farmer. Yeah. Oh, yeah, my accent. Yeah. Yeah, the area I grew up in, it's like in between country and city. And like the main highway from like New York, again, like Philly, Baltimore, Maryland, going down straight through North Carolina, South Carolina into Atlanta. So we're like in between these cities. I don't know. We got like a mixture of stuff out here, but for sure got a little country. Uh, Interesting. Wales in London. Wales, for some reason, just sounds nice. Like, I feel like it's nice out there. London, more city-like, I guess. But Wales sounds like a nice place. Like, more of a place that I would want to visit. But I'm trying to think, what's my video for Sunday? I scheduled it. I'm working on scheduling my videos out if I can, because it helps me be able to focus on my research and get some other things done, like updating my website, which I'm going to be doing here soon. Oh wait, the world was done in 7 days. That should be 7 times, right? Ooh, interesting. I've never thought about it like that. Wow. So is this a 7th time? I'm getting 5s, but that means we got 2 more rounds to go. Free the role player. Well, role player, do you know? Are we? If we're in the 7th time, then great. This is the last one. But it's lush in Wales. See, that's what I'm talking about. It just sounds nice. Memory around Europe and Asia, Africa, and Americas. This is gas immersion theory. Geophysics. We got some interesting things going on here. Waz, do you know about the Moors? When there's a horror show, I kind of get the vibe. I've never been there before, but I mean, not to say that we're not here in different places, but okay, that's cool. Well, it sounds like you're in a good area then, maybe. At least you can go into London when you want, but yeah. This is not what I was looking up, but it's all good. Hey, appreciate it. See you next week. Free the role player. Free the role player. Geophysics, cosmologist, and universal decoration. Only Einstein, Newton, and Maestro Kazi are best examples. Maestro Kazi? What is it? Yeah. We do a lot of stuff off of Newton, but again, that's not the only option. It's basically medieval around here. Plenty of mystery surrounds these parts. Interesting. That's cool. That's cool. Especially like when you're from somewhere, you know, you always want to leave, usually. But I think, especially if you can't, start learning about the area and finding like these cool places and stuff. And even if you're new to the area, doing that is pretty cool because you never know, especially when your country has been there for a while. This stuff's been here for a long time. I don't know, just going to checking it out and exploring. Learning about the history in the area. All right, I'm gonna plug this up. I'm back. Back y'all up. The Isle of Avalon. Well, that sounds interesting. Okay. Alpha. A fowl, meaning apple or fruit tree. Chroniclers. Yeah, the zucchini, it's kind of hard to cook a zucchini well with certain dishes, especially like I like zucchini noodles, but you gotta like blanch them and stuff so that they're not too soggy, but they're also not hard. Same thing with these zucchini boats. They describe it as an earthly paradise ruled by the enchantress and her sister priestesses. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I just got lapis. I've been looking for this for months, and I just got this at the retreat that I was at. And this one came from my trip to California. Did a cross country trip from the East Coast to the West Coast. Drove. It was like 38 hours from one side to the other side of the country. It was a lot. Needless to say, it was a lot. Okay, we didn't stop at a hotel or anything like that. We stopped to get gas and just rotated drivers. But anyway, I had a good time when I was in California, and got this from this lady. She handmade it, and yeah, it's not just something off a shelf or ordered online. Her friend is someone that I knew there, and it was his birthday, and then she showed up, and we needed to go get this anyway for my nephew, and it was a whole thing. So I got this from her, and I just picked it out randomly, but it's cool. I like it. And then, yeah, like I said, I got this at the retreat. Been looking for lapis for a minute now. I don't know, for just whatever reason. I was feeling called to it. And I actually had gotten tiger's eye, and I was able to trade with another lady that was there. So she let me get it. Mathematics and physics, geophysics. To know where like an earthquake's gonna happen. Rancid, what are you talking about? I mean, I appreciate the views. You still in here and you still commenting, so thank you. How about you hit the like button? Okay. But I don't know what you're talking about, and we don't talk about that stuff. Like, that's weird. First of all, why are you even saying that? That's weird. I don't even know what snatch is. Where are you from? Rancid, where are you from? And a lesbian, what do you think a lesbian would do? Okay, I think you know the answer to your question. Right, Andy, Kazi. I don't know what you're saying was. Caught mine and they snapped. Oh, that sucks. Ah. See, I had another one, but it stretched out. So these are my new ones. Well, yeah. Yep. I don't know, y'all. Been here for a while. I still got my food. I'm just eat a little bit more, and then it's starting to get a little late to be eating. I gotta cut off my meals at a certain time. Okay, how about this? 25. I'm looking at my analytics for YouTube. So I'm working on some stuff, but and I finally have a laptop to do it on. If you're new here, my laptop crashed. Oh man, I gotta charge my phone now. Hey, what's up, Jay? Look, I miss y'all already. But yeah, my laptop had crashed, so I wasn't able to do a lot of stuff. So now I'm gonna be able to update my website, work on my quiz. I need to finish that, and then edit these videos. But now that I have this, I'm trying to screenshot some of my analytics so I can get some data and make adjustments where I need to make them. Well, yeah. Look, we had a good time at the retreat. Much needed. It was very nice. I was able to do my whole flow and present my product for the first time. And I felt like initially when it was time for me to present it, I'm like trying to shy away from doing it because I'm like, I don't want to say, not say the right thing, or just all the doubts and everything just trying to pop up. And it was like, I'm so glad I did still just do it, because there was multiple people who want the kit, the whole reset bundle. A couple people got the inhaler. Have people also get my book as well. And this is a part of like just doing it anyway, even when you feel these things come up. I mean, they're just signals. And but if I don't do that, then I'm not helping those who could use these tools and resources. So me trying to stay small or in my shell or not feel those feelings that are uncomfortable. And again, it just takes practice too, because after a while it's just gonna be easy. It's just another chance to get up and share, because again, I know it's gonna help people. But if I don't do it, then I'm blocking their blessing as well, because it could help them. What am I remembering? Light off. What's up? You used to wear so many bracelets. What is your favorite? What was like one or two of your favorites? Hey, what's up, Philly? But yeah, I was like, it was like a little bit like, okay, just tell them, it's all good. We'll do it another time or whatever. The somatic flow, the movement that I did on those 2 days, that was cool. Like that was, I do that anyway. So that was a bit easier. I was able to kind of like talk and explain while I was doing the movement. So that was nice. I had a sheet so that they can take it home and practice these movements. And it also explains all the things of how it can help and everything. Zali, why are you on here? But thank you for the views in the comments. You're helping the algorithm out. I'm doing good, Philly. How about you? But yeah, but presenting my product and talking about that with all eyes on you, that was a little uncomfortable. I mean, not my first time presenting things, but if it's been a while doing something, it's still just uncomfortable. And my first time, presenting that, so explaining it in a certain way, because like I know the information and I know what it can help and all these things, but actually explaining it in a way that connects with them and in a time frame is different. Something to be practiced. But appreciate it, Jay. Thank you for telling me that. Yeah. What? You never learned the sandwich? Wow. Okay, Big Con. Thank you for the proverb. Doing good. Awesome. That's good. I have no idea what you're talking about, Big Con, but you know a lot about penguins and pigeons. Um, but yeah, so it was a great experience overall, of course. But yeah, I had to thank you, Philly. It was something that I needed to do, and I'm excited about the future and what's gonna happen, which is why I need to, or I'm going to be getting this stuff done. I don't need to, I get to, and I'm excited about it. It's just a few little loose ends to clean up, and then we're ready to go. So I'm excited about what's coming next. But I share my journey on here. You're seeing the behind the scenes in my lives. Every Wednesday I go live. I post in the community tab that day of what time I will go live, but all my lives are recorded. You can hit the live tab on my channel to watch any of my past lives. So if you miss one, you can watch that, or if you want to go back and watch some of the other ones. I always, I chat with everybody, have conversations. I feel like we can be friends. Hit the subscribe button. The movement sessions were amazing too. You've been doing the movement at home. It's been helpful for emotional regulation. Yes, that's awesome, Jay. I'm glad, and that's what I want. Like to actually still practice it. Like I said, I do this myself, and it helps me in a lot of different ways. One, my lymphatic system. I gotta get it moving. Okay, I drank a lot in college, a whole lot. All right, I know I messed my liver up. I did get more into health and wellness and done detoxes, had times where it was more vegetarian or raw foods and juicing during certain times and months. Thank you, Philly. But, it's just still taking care of my body. And, we're processing all these toxins through our body all the time. Like I said, just our environment in general, the foods, what's on our foods, in our foods, all the things. And so filtering that out every so often is important. But I know I've worn my liver down. But did you know that you can regenerate your liver? One of the only organs that I think it's at least 70% you can regenerate at least. So that means you can destroy a majority of your liver. It regenerates. I believe it takes about 7 years if I'm not mistaken, because majority of your body regenerates every like 7 years. Like there's some things that it only takes 120 days. Some things that takes 2 years, and some things take 7 years. But a lot of your body does regenerate. I mean, your blood is flushing through your body. This is why we need to stay hydrated and like do things to purify our blood when we can. But it does regenerate. Like you literally become a new person physically. And if you work with that, then you can start to develop more muscle and be able to keep it on without having to work out all the time. But initially you need to, and there's just different things that like you can restore your body in a lot of different ways. Some people need it extra at the beginning because they're, so far in the red on a lot of things. But my name's Tito. My name is Tito. I read that part about the movement. I don't know if I read that one. But thank you, Jay. Appreciate all that you said. She said I did a very good presentation, and it's going to help a lot of people. It's the metabolic impact with liver, though. Yeah. Yep. I mean, all the things that are going on inside of our body. And the fact that our gut has so many nerve endings to it, and it sends signals to our brain. So that's why we need to take care of our gut as well. And they say that that's our second brain because it does dictate what goes on in our body, how our body responds to things, because it's sending the signals that like, hey, this is what's happening, this is what's going on, like all this. And we like lot of times we're tense here, we're holding emotions. I mean, we can talk about chakras, like the energy centers, and that root down there. I mean, it's hard to come up if we don't do that, which is our safety and security. And that's what a lot of us struggle with, especially nowadays with so much going on in the world. We question, are we safe? Do we have security? And all these things. So that's going to take some shots at that area. Especially women too. We got a lot of PCOS happening. You know, ulcers going on in there. All kinds of things. All kinds of things from a lot of time. Again, toxins and things that not really meant for women put inside of our body. And it's destroyed a lot of our wombs. And that affects hormones and just all kind of stuff. We are literally the universe, OG style. Yeah. Is it macrocosm down to the micro? And it's repeated in a lot of different things. I believe so. You're Philip. Thanks for joining me, Philip. Appreciate you. How come on psychedelics I feel pressure and tightness in my hamstrings? I mean, that's probably just... You probably just need to stretch it. And when you're on the psychedelics, it's just bringing awareness to it. Because usually, I mean, it's probably going to like loosen, well, depending on how you react to it. Sometimes it does tense your body up. But a lot of times it'll loosen it. But if that part is still tight, yeah, it could be your fascia. And they say the issues are in the tissues, which the fascia surrounds the tissues and holds. It holds the information. It holds the memory. So I'd start loosening those up as much as you can, because that's going to start blocking the flow. Because it goes down, it comes back up. So, yeah, I think just start working on loosening those hamstrings up so that that energy and everything doesn't get stuck there. But yeah. 5 Mile Smile. Let's go. I love y'all. Some of y'all usernames. We did have Rancid in here earlier and some other things, but yeah. It will do that if you're fighting new beginnings. That's what I was gonna say, like, it just depends on like what state of mind you're in and things like that too, because sometimes on different substances, psychedelics, you can feel tense. Like you may get tense because you're anxious and stuff. So being able to release that. But if you're fighting new beginnings, I mean, your body's a little nervous, a little anxious. Talking about chakras. And I've seen the people who guide those trips are able to tell different things about you based on where you feel it. Yeah. Yep. It's true. I mean, there's a lot to it. Because there's your chakras. But then there's also like your physical body, like your organs, and again, the lymphatic system. I mean, we have the meridians that run as well. So it's all connected. I believe in holistic wellness. Not sure if you know, but both shirts on your website don't have photos anymore. Yeah, actually, I started to put them up there. Again, my laptop crashed. But I was debating on which ones I wanted to put up there. But that is coming soon. That is a part of what I'm going to be putting up there. Give me a couple days. I am updating the instruction page for my kit. Updating the quiz, because that brings everything together as well as a starting point. And then merch. And then merch, for sure. I'm going to get some shirts. I'll have to ask you your opinion on the different shirts that I have right now. Like the different sayings and everything that I'm going to have on them. And I was going to do that on here, like on the community tab, but you can only do images and polls separately. I couldn't do them together. At least I just don't know how to. But yeah, Jay, I'll get your input on the shirts. See which ones to start with. You fought off your ego and it was painful. Your body was on fire, but you wake up into yourself. It's knowing in moderation. Yeah, I agree on the moderation. I don't think we need to go like heavy and hard initially. I mean, hey, everybody's journey is different. And if you have somebody who's actually guiding you and who's there and they know what they're doing and you're in a safe environment and all this stuff, do what you need to do. But I believe taking it in stages can help, especially so you don't lose yourself. And because you will have to process that ego, that's for sure. A lot of people say ego death. It's a disillusion. You dissolve away to nothingness. And then there's a coming back, because we don't completely get rid of our ego. But, yeah, I mean, just shadow work in general is hard. It's hard work because you got to look at yourself in the mirror. You have to take responsibility for your actions, your just all the things. It's, I say baptism of water, crying, also getting into some water and stuff like that. And then also the baptism of fire. In a sense, I mean, I believe in the journey of it all. But when you're doing psychedelics, yeah, it'll speed up that process and start to bring up all of those things. Appreciate you, Philip. But yeah, yes, my website's like half done. I started updating the website. It used to look different, and I started updating it, but then my laptop just kept crashing on me, and it just wouldn't stay up. It would, every time I tried to do something, it just kept crashing. It was like, all right, this is not working. So, technology. Here we go. I don't know why it took forever for this to load. Finally. I'm trying to look at my analytics to see what topics y'all are actually liking on my channel. So I can see, what you want to know more about. You haven't done psychedelics since. Wow. So that must have been an experience. Gee. Wow. I mean, I get it, I don't think you have to do them all the time or anything like that. And if you got what you were going into it for, or if it was too much and you're like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. When your eyes are open, that'll open your eyes. That's for sure. They say, like seeing behind the veil and all these things. So, I mean, it'll bring up a lot, but I do believe certain ones are beneficial. But a lot of us abuse those things too, though. There's a difference in using it medicinally to help or for whatever reason, and just taking it to take it just to go party or do whatever. At a certain point, you just want to feel it. It ain't even about going to partying, and that's when you got a problem. But yeah, I believe there's different medicinal benefits in a lot of them. But you also have to be ready for that, because it will change you, change the way you look at the world. It will change a lot of things. And then you have to process that information, because, yeah, it'll just bring up a lot. I've learned to breathe through things for a lot, just life in general. I mean, I have it tattooed on me to breathe. But I believe that also tells you that you're alive and take it a moment at a time. I don't necessarily think you have to take psychedelics for things. I do think that they speed up the process and they can help you through things, but I believe in the power of meditation or just stillness, being in the present moment, because that's what a lot of yogis or monks, those who have reached enlightenment, they've done that through stillness. Clock it. What is wrong with y'all? I bet you're a man, because y'all always come here asking this question. Why does it matter? Do you want to be with somebody who is? I'm just curious, because why does it matter to you? Are you intimidated? Are you attracted? Like, what are you really asking here? Like, we're talking about existential things like life And you're over here talking about something real basic that doesn't even matter. Because how does it change your life? I'll tell you this, I don't want you, so you don't have to worry about it. Hey, we solved that problem. Thanks for the views, though. Thanks for helping the algorithm out. Appreciate it. It's getting dark out here. So I'm going to close these, and yeah, I didn't really get to do much work. This kind of happens. I just get on here, especially if y'all talking to me. I just start talking and don't do my work. So I'll be doing my work after this. If you want, you can support my friend, 4J Adventures on YouTube. She gave me her sticker. So shout out to her. But, yeah, I don't know. That's all I got. What you want to talk about? Anything else? Otherwise, I'm going to hop off here for today. I've been on here for a while talking with y'all. But I do appreciate those who have stuck around, those who have liked this video, who have been talking with me, who aren't asking crazy questions. Okay, I do appreciate you. You know, be the change. So we're going to spread the love, even if there's people like Clock It on here. It's been weird because they like to sexualize things. I don't think it's weird. I mean, you know, we get inspiration from different people and things. I go on Pinterest and get inspiration from others, so I'm sure there's others that have this as well. But just the breath has helped me in a lot of different ways. Oh, I appreciate you too. Love over hate. Keep doing your thing. You got to get you a new one since yours broke. But I do appreciate you hanging out and talking with me. But yeah, I want to get at least one more I forgot I got to charge my phone. One more tattoo. It was initially going to be more off of this, but a lot happened in my life during that time. I got this one too around that time. Oh my, I'm about to charge this. But yeah, so eventually I probably will get another tattoo somewhere. Although I get it, toxins and all this other stuff, but whatever, you know. Appreciate you. Thank you for liking this video. My phone is probably going to die here soon. I'm going to plug it up, but I'm going to get off here anyway. I got some things I got to do before it gets too late. I'm working on getting up earlier. So that means I got to go to bed at a decent time because I got to get my rest. That's for sure. I need that. But yeah, I do appreciate y'all. Everybody who's been watching and liking this video. Thank you so much. Do I like tattoo artists? Depends on their art, I guess. Like I would like something that's like customized and kind of like tells a story, but I haven't pinpointed it down. I started kind of drawing my own one out that incorporates a few different things, but then I stopped because that wasn't important in my life at the time. I had a lot of stuff going on, so I didn't have time to really focus on that. But eventually I'll probably just get a half a sleeve or something going on. And I would like to at least get one in another country somewhere too. That'd be pretty cool. But if I can, of course, like whatever the best quality ink that's possible here. I don't know about other places if they have that, but yeah, it'd be cool to get like something that's from that location as well. So I'm not opposed to it. I mean, you know, fight your battles or pick your battles or choose your battles, whatever, however you want to say it. You know, we got this life, let's live it. But based off of, I forgot their name, this might be the last round for some of us, maybe. I don't know. I think they hopped off here. They didn't answer my, is this the 7th time or not? I don't know if they answered it or not. But this could be our last round here. Do I believe aliens are normal, alive in the universe? Yes. see. I'm going to plug this up. I believe they've been walking among us. I believe they are walking among us. I believe that we probably have some in our DNA, some of us. But, I mean, anything that is not of this terrain, this earth of ours, is going to be extraterrestrial. Something not of our world, technically, but then we talk about different dimensions and realms. So, is it aliens floating in space, or is it different dimensions that we just cannot see with our eyes, or both? Different questions, I think, but yes, in general, I think there's a lot more that we don't know, we don't remember, and we cannot see with these eyes. But I do believe that we can feel things. I believe some people can see things. I believe some people can. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of different gifts, a lot of different things going on, different realms, dimensions, all the things. Hey, appreciate it. Love over hate. Thank you so much. You have a good night as well. What? I plug this in, it's still popping up. But yeah. But we might have to have this discussion another time. You pulled that out now. Ways. Extra time is their speed. They're faster than speed. Like, we wouldn't be able to perceive it. And then again, our eyes only can see on the spectrum of light on the middle part of the spectrum, because everything else is darkness that we cannot perceive because of the angle. Do I believe in Bigfoot and cryptids? What are cryptids? I feel like I know what that is, but let me look it up. Cryptids. Obviously, I don't know what it is, so let me see if I believe in it. Huh, yeah. Cryptids. Animals or beings claimed to exist, but whose presence is not proven by science, such as Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Chupacabra. They belong to the study of cryptozoology. Interesting. Which relies on folklore and stories rather than hard proof. But that's the thing. If they've burned stuff that did have hard proof, how do we know? We can only pass on information orally. And that's just until you have hard proof. You can't prove it. Bipedal upright walking. Dog man with glowing yellow eyes. Wait, what? Underboss. Y'all do this to me now when I was about to get off of here? Bipedal. What is that first word? Walking on 2 feet. Upright walking wolfman. That's wild. That's wild. World raves dragon to throne. Dragons are pretty cool in my opinion. Honestly, anything's possible in my opinion. I would not be shocked. I believe in different dimensions, and there are things that we can't see with our eyes, and maybe they come through and come back, and how it all works and all this. Now that's some other conversations. But it's the brightness of the sun for celestial sundown codes and still don't believe it's divine. Interesting. Well, that's cool. You know, they tell you not to look at the sun, but I know there's some people who still do. Even your voice changes. Interesting. That's cool. I think that we are about to see a lot of things. We're about to see a lot of things. We're going to experience a whole new world. Arrived world from Dragon to Throne. Huh. For red light when cameras are activated remotely behind the scenes. When your eyes see infrared light when cameras are activated remotely behind the scenes. What does it mean behind the scenes? Like behind the veil? I appreciate it, underboss. Like behind the veil, like regular people can't see it, but you can see them behind the scenes. So that means there's cameras happening. That's interesting. I don't know what you're talking about. Your devices are moderated by Google cybersecurity. Have you seen Aliens? That's the thing. I mean, we could have this cyber security from Google and these cameras, but our technology is only but like so advanced compared to other beings. So there's that. That's wild, though. Yeah, exactly, Bachelor Brad. Are you an example of that? Well, we can continue the conversation of other beings, cryptoids, and things like that, or extraterrestrials. Good night, underboss. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get off here. I got things I gotta work on. And yeah, we get a new day tomorrow. Make it great. All right, y'all. Continue to breathe. Smile and shine.